And welcome to another episode of Brothers Arguing Sports. I'm Zav across the Zoom, even though we can't see him as TD. And we just watched France beat Portugal in the quarterfinals in penalties. Heartbreaking for Portugal. TD, did France deserve to win that match?
Definitely. France definitely deserved to win. There was a huge gulf in that penalty shootout. They were just cool, calm, collected. And when that kid who missed the third guy,
Felix. Yeah.
he just looked like a kid that just got caught in school by a teacher. Even the announcer said he didn't look good. He said the goalie didn't even have to save it. No one on France had that. And that's telling. There was a huge gulf. You never felt Portugal would win. And listen, in the game,
I thought,
Portugal, yeah, they were creative, but listen, it was 0-0 after how many minutes? 120 minutes.
I
You
agree.
know, you gotta it's a fair match at that point, and penalties is the way to decide it.
Well, the only thing I'll say is if you look at the whole match, Portugal dominated possession. You would say they were the better team. But if you remember against their match in Slovenia, same thing. They just had trouble scoring. And
No,
it
exactly. No,
came
that's
down to
it.
penalties. And you're right. But I thought both teams, though, the quality of the penalties were excellent overall. But Felix, that one penalty, you're right. He looked nervous. And the one thing you can't do in a penalty shootout is miss the target.
And
So
yep, and not only that, even like Ronaldo was looking shaky. He did that stop, and then he stopped the
Well, I
second
thought that was
time.
a good penalty though, because he did try and stutter to get the goalie. The goalie didn't move, but he still ended up powering it in the corner. And so that's why I thought he came through. But I noticed in the match though, the crazy thing in the match, Ronaldo, Mbappe, Griezmann, the big skill players, they did nothing. And I think that's why a big reason why it was 0-0.
Yeah, well, then the Portuguese midfield is there's something else.
Yep.
Their dribbling skills is unbelievable, but they just had nothing for that final ball, and they couldn't find Ronaldo's head. I thought the game needed Ronaldo's head.
Well, but TD, I thought even if you go back to last match too, Ronaldo, in my opinion, has definitely lost a step.
Well, you know what I realized in the extra time when his game is about his pace, and he didn't have that burst by when he got it
Yep.
on the right wing. I thought, wow, this is not the Ronaldo we're used to seeing, which is why you needed his head or a one-touch finish, but they couldn't find him.
Well, they did. They remember they gave him that one touch. It came to him quick, and he hit it over the bar. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep, yep.
Yeah. So
Well, listen, France was good too, though. They looked more dangerous, and their
they,
Portuguese goalie made more saves than the French did. So
yeah, that's a good point. There were more shots
exactly,
by the French,
exactly.
and France defended. They were excellent on defense, and even
Well, we're blaming the final ball. You have to give credit to the France defense for that too.
yeah. And the truth is, but the crazy thing for France is they're doing this. Mbappe's giving them nothing. Griezmann's, these are their skilled players, and they're still in the semifinals. I talked to a friend of mine who's a French kid, huge French fan. They're so down on Didier Deschamps. But the bottom line is he gets the results done. They're a winning machine, this team.
And he made a great when he brought off Dembele off the bench. He changed the game.
Well, that's Dembele. But the thing with Dembele, which was interesting, he's so good down the wing. But you notice when he tries to shoot, he's awful. And his first penalty, I didn't think it was a great penalty.
Both
But
were lucky. The first two, if the goalie went the right way, they're saving it.
exactly, that's my point though. The French, but they didn't do the one thing in a penalty. You cannot miss the target.
Yeah, yeah, you
So,
can. All right.
all right, so we're both in agreement. Great match, evenly, but at the end of the day, penalties was a fair way to go. And unfortunately for Portugal, they had the one blunder.
Yep.
All right, see ya. Get your camera fixed.
All right.